capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Mexico City Diablos. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that, 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. For the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. His first catch, good for 14 there, and a first down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Here we go.
Now Hunt, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Left, 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 left. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. the 30-yard line. Watkins, the intended receiver. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a handoff looking right. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go now.
Looking to throw. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point.
Hey. 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to the 18. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Mexico City football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And it's 3-0 here in the second quarter. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to get field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A very solid gain of 27. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. 23 yards on the play.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there, hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Butker now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
from the shotgun. He'll look to throw. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Now, Barney!
And they'll go on the ground attack here. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he stopped immediately there. It was Reggie Ragland who got him down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this offense on third down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Ace! Ace!
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And going deep for Hill. And this throw will be intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
And they'll run it here. He's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll set up a throw. Open man to Allen. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And that one results in 35 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to the booth right after this. And on the ground they go with a running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And his guys are able to strike for 6. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Sturgis adds the PAT. And the lead is now 10-7. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And now here comes Kansas City. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at all.
Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a 1st down.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll look to throw here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And now here comes Kansas City. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. So we have reached. We now proceed to the start of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been. He's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. A play fake as they set up to throw. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Everyone's got 4. 4 down. Kill. Detroit!
They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Detroit!
Now they try the right side here. And, a little spin cycle. Room to run now. Still shedding tackles. And they rattle off a big one. And even 60 yards for him on the ground. So close. Couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down to the 1. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement. Go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I want to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Watch him now, Barney!
It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Oh, no dice there. That is excellent penetration. They give him no lane whatsoever to try and sneak the football across, and in fact, he'll wind up losing ground on 1st down.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. They get it to him running left. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice two-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Doug Peterson says, let's go for two here. They'll try and run it here. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for two.
Detroit! Detroit!
They're going to give it to Gordon. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the two-point conversion to extend this lead. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now this offense about ready to take over again. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Green 39! Green 39! Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Gun! 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 Watch it now, Barney! Barney! He's checking. Crash! Gun! 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 Run!
They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past mid. field before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Watch out.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
Leopard.
He'll look to throw. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
No. Check. Patriot. Gun.
They're going to look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. On 1st down, Mahomes. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Back now in Mexico City. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. And that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. 3rd down here. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Ace!
Now Mahomes got to have this one. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. And here now the offense heading back out there. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Watch him now, Barney! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney! Watch him now, Barney!
And there's a ground game here with a tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The offense on 3rd down, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here's Drew Kaiser now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now here comes Kansas City. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that was...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Allen, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Gun! All right, now, 56.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Wide open receiver, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They give him a gain of 37. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Oh, and now he bowls him over. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, it doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. In for the score. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And now here's another interception. Trevor Williams with a pick. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Now
a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Going left side, it's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
Here we go.
Now a handoff working right. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Sturgis for the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Mahomes going to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Point after, right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. Butker now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because Every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. But thankfully this is corralled by the offense, so they will in fact hold on to the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. On now, Kaiser, the punter, sending it away. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield.
And Mahomes is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Now Gordon on first down. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage, and time is going to expire in this football game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the home team here, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And now it's off to the airport for a date with Customs and a long flight north to the U.S. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, it's just their second loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.